Well, happy 250th birthday, America. I'm not sure how this is coming out. Red, white, blue smoke. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Independence Day. It is a proud, proud moment for our nation and our history. And if you just think for a minute of the insight and genius of the men who 250 years ago put forth a Constitution, a Declaration of Independence that built a nation and civilized a world, to have that kind of foresight to still be dealing with issues right now that we're arguing, that they had the foresight to include in this document. It is true. This thing's incredible. It is truly unrivaled in the annals of any kind of government of the world. And like I said, I know, like y'all, I couldn't be more proud and grateful for the wonderful nation that we live in, and the pride that we all feel from seeing all of these millions of people that have come to the country and are here for our 250th birthday, and to see dispelled over and over again all the false bullshit main media fraud that's been put out about the United States and the way we live and the kind of country we have. And like I said, I never get tired of watching these people just being dumbfounded and overwhelmed by what America truly is. At 50 states, and to them, every state is like a different country. They just can't fathom the variety and the diversity of our nation that's built into it. Not the forced diversity that they're trying to push on us all the time, into this point right now, where the irony that our country is being taken over in sections by true communists that are looking to go into sit in the highest seats of our land of government. That's just unthinkable on our 250th anniversary of our country. So we have a lot to work at. We have a lot to fight against and to prevent. But for right now, we're celebrating and we are overjoyed. And I can remember, I guess I just turned 15, just turned 15 on the bicentennial, and that was an event. But yeah, this is a whole different thing, and we're living in a whole different world from 1976. I can tell you. So yeah, it is awesome. And one thing, a sad thing to point out, that these Europeans and the UK are seeing, they come over here. Everything's air conditioned. You know, everything has got air conditioning. No one is dying of the heat. And right now they're reporting thousands of deaths in Europe and in the UK because they don't have air conditioning, because they bought in to the false religion of climate change and giving up all of their fossil fuels for green energy. And you're seeing the result of it. And the worst irony of this is these people are dying because of the heat, because they don't have air conditioning, and once they're dead, they pack them in refrigerated boxes. So put them in the refrigerated boxes before they die, you won't have a problem. But yeah, like I said, the World Cup is going to be to Europe and the UK what Katrina was to Louisiana, because for the first time, many people left Louisiana for the first time in their lives and realized the next state over are living so much better than they are, have clean roads, have clean parks, have crime-free streets, you know, and they brought that back. And of course, you're going to be limited to what you can do because it is a third world city of New Orleans and most of the state. But it fundamentally changed the way Louisianans looked at their state, and that's what's going to happen, I believe, in Europe and the UK once they get back and say, hey, we've had enough of this. We're not going to live in the third world. And you know, basically, like I've said before, India is a fourth world country because they've said putting people on the moon, they're putting ships on the moon while their people are starving in squalor. That goes beyond third world. And that's almost what the UK is now, and Europe. They're a fourth world country because they have first world capacity and they choose to live in a third world condition. It's so yeah, but yeah, that's a sad note on what they're going through, and hopefully they will take some more example from the greatest nation to ever exist, in the history of the world, and you know, and that is not being you know, overstating it. So, well, thank y'all for joining me for this episode of Bayou Gold Guy, our 6th 4th of July on the channel. I am Bayou Gold Guy, and again, like I said, so proud to have all of you here again. Everyone that watches, supports the channel. If you haven't done so, most of my people aren't subscribed, so if you'd hit that subscribe button, I would certainly thank you very much. And yep, so we've got, I was using old Dingy Doris, Krusty Rusty's poor southern relation that yeah, she outlived her usefulness as a hand, but she still gets some use. She stays around the Gold Station. You know me, I get attached to inanimate objects. So, but this week we are picking up where we should have picked up last week on our Vendetta Week, and this is our 4th year for Vendetta Week. And I had some tooth problems again. Fortunately, it's not so bad today, but I didn't get my order in time, so yeah, we're carried over into July. Usually we do this like the last week or so of June, but it still counts because we appreciate Mike Vendetta Prospecting, and the wonderful Paydirt, and the great channel that he's had for so many years. And like I said, I think when I signed up on his channel, he had less than 500 subscribers. So it was back in the day. So we're gonna have some fun with that. And last year I had food poisoning. I went to Taco Bell and actually got food poisoning as I was trying to do my video. It hit me for 4th of July, so I had all my fireworks, everything already bought. I didn't do fireworks. I couldn't even get up for 2 days. So I haven't been back to Taco Bell either. So I have the rematch against A3 Sky Warrior, who started this 2 years ago with our tank battle, and I reciprocated. We're going to see. I talked to him the other day on the text, and he said, get your tanks ready. So I got them ready. So let's turn to the battlefield down here on the beautiful Gulf of America, where we're celebrating, yes, our 250th Independence Day of America. But then before we'll take a look at our gold station, where we see our beautiful bag of Superstition, and this is the 0.25 gram bag. This was sold out now when I checked. He's offering now 1/8 gram and quarter grams as well, just because the price of gold has gotten so high. I guess trying to make it easier for more people to enjoy it affordably. So and yeah, we've got the gold station looking pretty patriotic, I'd say. All right, I didn't get burned up with my fireworks. Well, let's survey the battlefield. We've got a variety going here. A for A3 on this end. B for Bayou Gold Guy on this end. We've got some obstructions. We've got some John R. Prospecting geodes on the side. This is the old original gold station top, and it is on its. This is the final farewell for it today, because it's going after this. But I thought it would make a nice rugged battlefield for us. So we're going to start by sending out the paratroopers to survey the wind's going to probably kill it. Oh, where'd it go? Way up there. There it goes. Am I catching it? Oh. Catching it. Oh, look at that. It's actually working. Little parachute's going to hit her house. It's going to go down on the other side. I don't think we're going to recover that one, but that worked pretty good. So, all right. You can see I'm doing work over there on the house, repairing the siding, leaking, flooding the house. So, all right, well, that was a good kickoff for our battle. Now let's get the finished prep going, and we'll kick it off. Man, I could use my torch, but my torch is out of juice, so I got a lot of crap to light here. Gotta light fast, gotta get them going. My time is good. I don't know. It's too windy. I can't get stuff lit up. Ah. And these tanks are old, so they're not gonna light fast, are they? Damn it. Oh, no, there's some firing action going on now. Well, these are kind of going quick. Man, old fuses are tough. Not me. Ah. A3 I took a direct hit from A3. Oh man, these things just aren't lighting. That one if I wasn't moving. Well, it's a little anticlimactic. I think that's all of our tags. But we've also got, of course, in the end, we had our two our DEI princesses come running into after the battle. There was a lot of battle action, but it was delayed. I thought I had more in my torch. Oh, there we have one tank left. One Bayou tank left. Those things burn a long time. Oh, and then, oh, it's just a sparkler. Yeah, that was supposed to be going during the battle, but you know. All right, there's the wrecked and broken remains of the battlefield, but that was fun. I was really impressed with the parachute. That didn't last worth crap. All right, let's get to it, man. It is. We've had storms this morning. I got another storm coming, even though you wouldn't believe it from the heat of the sun right now. But that's what I was waiting to even do this late. But yeah, I got more coming, so I had to run out here, decorate the stand between the rain, and hope that it didn't come and wash my stuff away in between. But that's why I was wearing my Independent 1776 T-shirt, and it was killing me out here. So I had to go with my old worn flag shirt today. Even though it's become a work shirt, it's still one of my favorites. So and y'all notice back here we've got out here with us along with our Carson Trump, we've got our Doug Odette Trump gnome, Make Your Garden Great Again, from the wonderful Mr. Doug Odette, as I said, out there in Arizona. And we certainly have enjoyed having that around for years now. I got this one particularly because it reminded me of the Superstition, was the one of my favorite lynch bags that they would put out for from Superstition Mountain, whatever it was. But yeah, quarter gram. So I know their stuff always had a lot of black sand in it off Superstition. So we're going to run a magnet through this, check it out, get it classified down, and see what we got, and try to beat the rain and the heat. All right, let's just see what we got with this dude. Of course, the classic Vendetta silver bag. Very cool. That is some Arizona dirt right there. You can tell from the look. It looks like we're gonna have a lot of medium size
Let's see, we'll put one in that. Got that one there. Might be worth going with the steamer basket too. So there's our finds. Let's see if it's got the Superstition black sand in. Oh yeah, look at there. Just what I'd expect to see. Yep, decent little amount of black sand in there. We'll go ahead and just see what kind of big stuff hanging. Not really anything, so that's it. And of course, we always leave our black sand in there to maintain the character of the dirt. And we are using our Mine Lab Gold. What's this one called? The Pro Gold. The Pro Gold Mine Lab pan that I won from Vendetta Prospecting. Actually, I think that was part of his Vendetta awards that he did. Got a little trophy and everything. Very cool. I guess we'll start with our jumbo stuff here. Maybe a little less than that, huh? I have added my jet dry. So here we go. Some 4th of July gold panning. All right, well, let's see if we got us a little shine down in our first batch here. Like I said, we've only got 1/4 gram, so you wouldn't expect. We're gonna have a lot in the really big stuff, but you don't know. Get those big rocks out of the way. That would have really only been the only thing for the kitchen, the steamer basket to get. Some nice quartz. I know some of you guys would just grind that up. It's got quartz in it. Man, the sun is just roasting me out here. Let's see if we got something in this one. Come on, make it worth the heat. Oh, we got us a couple of flakes showing up there. That's nice. Looking good in the sun there. Ah, my hands are getting wet. Yeah, some Vendetta flakes right there. All right. Where's my bottle? All right, we're getting down to the bottom of this one. Maybe get a little more out of it this time. Oh, there's a flash. Flash in the pan. Another nice little flake there. It stands out in this sun, I'll tell you that. I have not seen any tiny stuff made it through there. Of course, it'll probably be in our other pan anyway. Well, let's finish this one off. Yeah, man, between losing the vehicle, been 2 weeks now without a damn van. It's killing me. I'm still really no closer to getting one. But yeah, it's I kind of just lost track of time, and I didn't get my order in time. And Mike was actually on vacation when I did. So if I'd gotten the order, I wouldn't have been able to do it because, like I said, my wisdom tooth was just killing me last week. Really, almost to the emergency room level, but yeah. So it's a tradition though that we still uphold from from back a few years ago. It kind of just started as a fun thing to do because we had a little issue with he who shall not be named. And talking about magnetic gold and kind of making accusations that were unwarranted and improper. So some of us took offense to it, and a lot of people said, "Yeah, let's do some Vendetta gold." And like I said, I apologize for I mentioned it before, but not like the usual, to kind of get the word out more. And before you know it, it's come and gone. All right, well, let's see what we got for the bottom of the pan. But yes, he's been putting out some awesome material for years now. And like I said, along the vein of gold nugget sales, we never had anything other than excellent material, gold, service, customer service, and just a very generous guy. I'm still so grateful for him surprising me with the beautiful Vendetta stained glass that I keep protected all the time, except for when I pull it out for times like this, and it's just too windy with the storms to break it out outside. But there we go. Our last flakes of the big stuff. There's a little smaller piece that made it through there. You saw that? You think that shouldn't have been able to get in there. How did that get in there? Did I just see that little flash? No. We're clean. All right. All right, we'll move to our, let's see what we look like. I've been getting it wet. You know, we got our black sand in here, so I'll have to work around that a little bit at the end. Probably should put a little less material. Yeah, I believe it was their vulture. The vulture pay dirt from Lynch that came from Superstition. And then they had the Belmont, I believe it was called, that didn't have as much black sand as a different dirt. But those were two big bags. You'd get a 5-pound bag or something like that for, $15 with, 0.12. I mean, 0.21 to 2.5, depending on the price of gold. And it's still, you had a little flake of gold in every pan, just about spread out through all that dirt. But like I said, I always liked the vulture because it had the more black sand in it. And don't get me wrong, I still think Lynch is a piece of shit for what they did at the end to their customers and all the people they ripped off. But still give them credit for the years of material that they put out. They had a lot of dedicated people that only bought Lynch. But all right, well, let's see what we have. There's that black sand. Oh, I'm seeing some small stuff there. Oh, that's what I need is my eyes. When I get down to this size, yeah, I got to be able to actually see. Even my glasses have damn smoke bomb stains on them, on the lenses. They were too close. Man, that is some, I can't see in the sun here. Yeah, that is some small. That is some small gold. And then you got something that's a little bit shiny that tends to look like a flake until you wash it, and it moves a little too easy for gold. But yeah, we've got some very fine stuff in this one. Man, just gotta barely move that water to keep those little specks from floating away. See how those are sticking to the bottom? You got to actually suck them up right off the deck there. So yeah, I'm gonna end up going back through this a couple of times. It looks like just see there's a big flake, and then there's a bunch, and I just washed it away, and then a bunch of little ones around it right there, those little specks. Go through this a few more times. No gold left behind. All right, I used a little less in this one this time. Now in your black sand like this is when you want to do the rocking, the black sand technique, where you let it flow up to the top on the sides and then pull it back slowly. Basically, it's just a matter of keeping your pan level and letting it just dip very slightly where it meets at the top. It slows down the panning a bit, but you gotta take your time when you're trying to get smaller stuff, for sure. Yeah, we've got us a nice batch of variety sizes there in our small class. Well, I got a little left in here. I've been sucking this one up as I went, just because usually I'll collect it all for you guys to see, which takes a lot longer to try to work around this stuff. But the storms are bearing down on me here, and I don't have time to be displaying. I always try to do some pans just so you guys that are learning or are not familiar and watching can get an idea on some of the techniques to use if you want to start doing this. It is not complicated, but there are some techniques and tricks that make it go easier and help you make sure you recover most of your gold the first round. But yeah, I was picking up anything tiny that was showing up, just like that stuff right there on the sides. Got one pan left. So far, I'd say it looks like we've got us a pretty nice 1/4 gram from just the flakes and gold I've recovered here. So, all right, one more to go. See if we can beat the rain. I did find I go over there and recovered my parachute. That little thing was glowing all the way down. That's I've done several of those over the years. That's the first one that actually worked. I can remember being a kid. My dad, we lived in town when I was real young, and going out in the backyard and firing that up, and us chasing it through the field across out of our yard to chase the parachute down. It was a lot bigger than that is, but yeah, it's very, very nostalgic. But yes, no man left behind. We recovered our parachuter. Well, I thought I'd pause my camera when I did not, so I recorded 30 minutes of nothing and was pausing it when I thought I was recording the snuffer dump. So we're going to catch that in the kitchen here. All right, even without our snuffer dump, can't believe I did that. We have some beautiful and very fine gold. It shows up better there than it did in the pan on the dump. But yeah, some nice flakes, and then, like I said, some tiny stuff. So we've got our scale set and calibrated. Let's go ahead and get our fiery firework gold into our paper. We will see how we did here. And I did go through the tailings before the rain came, and of course, I didn't record any of that, but I did find about 25 of those little tiny flakes in there. Well, there we go. Happy 4th of July, 0.30 grams. So, Mike's a great guy, and like I said, this is a cool little bag of pay dirt for, I have to remember what I paid for it. I think I paid $45 for it, shipping included. Actually, I got it with one of the 1/8 gram bags too. You could add more gold to it if you wanted, but yeah, it was just the budget was tight to even get any of it. So we got what we could get. But yeah, like most of it, you can add half grams and grams to it. And I got one of the little 1/8 gram bags just because he's never had those before either. So we'll be doing that. Get a little zoom on this and take a look before we, yeah, get our numbers. But there's a few little specks of black in there. It was, like I said, I was rushing with the rain coming, and the, oh, I forgot I gotta open the drawer to stop my antenna tripod from bouncing around. But yeah, some very beautiful gold. So let's run some numbers, and I'll be right back. Well, our Vendetta gold came out to $39.67 for the day that I bought it back on June 23rd. And that's based on the $4,113. It closed at $41.89, so there's a pretty big swing for the day. But we went ahead and went with the opening prize just for, the sake of having something. It was a 2-pound bag, and our 30 grams, like I said, 0.30 grams, got us the $39.67, which gives us a 113% ROI when I take $10 off for the postage. If you include the postage in it for the $45 bag, it was 88%. Still very nice. I ordered 2 bags, so the smaller bag, I'll only take off $5 for postage on it. But if he'd just sent me this by itself, postage paid, it would have been at least $10 postage. So fair is fair. And like I said, this is some beautiful gold, and a very nice ROI as always with Vendetta Prospecting. And like I said, we can't thank Mike and I enough for the years of excellent gold and entertainment and the giveaways and his generosity. Like I said, he's a great guy and a great company. So leave a link in the description there so you can click your bag up. I don't have red or white, red or blue, but here is my big white, my giant 20-pound panther. He doesn't trust me because he's got a collar now. He won't let me put the fleece stuff on him anymore. But he's my big boy that I was holding as a little tiny kitty when he was born, and now he's the biggest of them all. I can't believe he let me hold him this long. Good boy. Oh, and there's my little guy. There's our little patriotic pup. Yeah, there you go. He wasn't so excited to be out there with me with the fireworks today, so he kind of stayed in the bag. It really doesn't bother him too much. The other cats, they clear out for a day, and then they're all back. Hurricane's already back out there sitting on his table, so we didn't disturb them too much, although they'll be disturbed by this weekend because they're going to be going off wildly around the neighborhood, no doubt. So thank you all so much. Thank you to Vendetta once again for an awesome bag of pay dirt. Like I said, it's in the link in the description for you guys to check that out. And just one more thought on the Europeans being here enjoying our country and seeing our 50 states. If
and it's a little sobering for them, that if the UK was the 51st state, they would be the bottom state in the country as far as production. Even in our lowest state, the UK is below us. So again, that's a nation that can't match one of our states. They used to be the empirical power of the world. So least we forget that, eternal vigilance, my friends. So I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July 250th celebration of our proud nation, and enjoy it safely. And we'll be doing, I guess we're going to probably be doing some the traditional hamburger, hot dog, maybe some chicken wings on the grill. And since it's Saturday night grilling, we're going to probably be watching some fireworks here in town. Ought to be a pretty good show. And they'll be doing them on 4th of July for a change, since it falls on the weekend. So that'll be cool. So once again, I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in and watching here on the Bayou with me. And until the next time, have a very happy, safe, and sane 4th of July. And take care. Until next time, peace out, my friends. Happy 4th of July. Right, big boy? This is how Doug said.
My little patriotic kitty. Right. Let's pick up our flag here. Look, can I have my flag back? Can I have my flag back?